wishing us the best. Our podcast is better than the rest. You got an issue, better say it with your chest. Until then, keep wishing us the best. Keep wishing us the best. Our podcast is better than the rest. You got a problem, better say it with your chest. Until then, keep wishing us the best.
Hey guys.
And we're on.
Welcome to welcome to what's this, episode 5. Welcome to episode 5 of Wish Us the Best. I know you like to give a little intro about what we talk about, but I think they have an idea by now. Today we're talking about struggle love and
yes, struggle love. The struggles of
it's just such an embarrassing topic to me, because I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna go through all of this stuff, but to each his own. Some people, they embrace it and it's a part of, their story and whatever. So, but I'm Miah and this is Devin, and yeah, let's get into struggle love. Let's get into it.
So I'll say my definition. My definition of struggle love is like you going through the most, all types of bullshit to get to this end game to where it's just going to be great. And I mean with one person, like not just a series of people to find the right one. I mean, like you got this one person and then you go through all these hills and valleys and roller coasters and all this just to get to that end game. That I feel is being romanticized.
So you feel like people will applaud struggle love? I do too. I agree. I feel like people definitely like he put me through X, Y, and Z, and I'm his ride or die, and he did this, he did that, or I did this, I did that, and he stuck by my side.
About
I was just saying that I agree that I don't think we should make it like a rite of passage for a relationship, or it's not a flex. It's absolutely not a flex, and I want us to stop making it like it's a flex.
Yeah, I don't.
'Cause that shit is whack.
I don't get it, and it seems like so many movies are based around it, and just songs, TV shows. It's not just the will they, won't they. It's the will they be able to deal with this shit or won't they? That's really what it is.
Let's get into the pop culture references though, because I was just talking to somebody about the movie Baby Boy, and we were just talking about how it was just fundamentally just a really bad movie, and black people, we love putting it at the top of our list of like the top black movies. Like, can we not? But yeah, let's talk about that one, because that's a real popular one. Like, this nigga was so, like, let's just talk about how it started at the beginning. Like, She was getting an abortion, first of all. Like, she was doing that, and then he took her car the same day to go fuck his baby mama.
Peanut. yeah. Went to go see Peanut.
See, that's me, and being a baby mama would have never worked out. That shit just would have never worked out. It just wouldn't have, because, boy, ain't no way. But, so yeah. So all throughout the movie, he's basically just abusive. He's emotionally unavailable. He's immature.
Well, he wasn't really physically abusive. He did hit her out one time.
Yeah. Well, emotionally abusive for sure.
and then he ate her out to make everything right.
What the fuck?
Even though I've seen
sounds so stupid.
I've seen Baby Boy so many times. I feel like BET has stock in Baby Boy or something. So
probably
or VH1. I feel like Baby Boy for a minute. Baby Boy showed every Sunday on BET.
That is Like, why are y'all trying to program people with this bullshit?
I mean, I guess.
But, you know,
probably
we were that age. We probably followed that shit in ways that we don't even realize. Because, I mean, it was a lot of movies like that, you know, glorified that type of a bullshit-ass relationship.
Yeah.
So, you know,
it's
sickening.
movies like that's some of your favorite, you know, some women feel that's their favorite. Like, you know, like I was talking about Love and Basketball, all trash, bullshit, horrible. Like, why is this your love movie? Why is this? I don't even
like. You had to go through with this nigga having a whole different chick and. You know, and then you had to play him for your love.
This nigga was an asshole in the beginning, even as a kid. Like, he puts you down because you play basketball better than him.
Yeah, like
he gonna whole ass push you off your bike because he was just mad about the shit.
Yeah.
So
Why do you think that's a thing? Like. Let's go a little bit deeper. Like, why do you think struggle love is, like, so...
I feel
like this is what we're supposed to go through.
I feel like black people in general feel that we're just supposed to struggle. Like...
Damn. I agree.
Like, I really feel like there's... Like, you gonna look at something sideways if it's just super easy. Like, this shit worked like that. Like
it's never supposed to be this easy for me.
And you assume that it's going to be a struggle. So I feel like we accept it to that. We just believe that's how you get to where you have to go. You have to struggle to get there.
And that's what everything. Like, that goes beyond just like struggle love. Like, that goes into a lot of different categories. Yeah. Like, black people, we think that we are just supposed to just bear this burden.
We have
a
predisposition to struggle. That's what it is. I mean, that I don't think other cultures really have. No, either. Like, I don't think white people have that. Like, I think about how many white people I know whose like legacy almost was just given to them. Well. And I feel like black people don't have that.
I think at this point now, I think we kind of like, I think we kind of bring it on to ourselves. Like, I think we have enough resources and education and intelligence to know that there's easier ways to obtain the things that we want. But I think, I don't know. I don't know why we make it so hard for ourselves. But I mean, I think we are conditioned and just kind of brainwashed, whether it's from ourselves or, you know. I mean, I think a lot of it does come from ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
We perpetuate a lot of those things. Like, just for example, like with our kids. Like, black people be so into wanting to kick their kids out when they're 18. And I'm like, you know, the parents be like, I struggle. You should have to feel this struggle too, or you should have to go through this struggle too. And it's like, no, yeah, like you really don't. Like, that shit is so stupid.
Yeah, I didn't have that. My mama wish I would have stayed. I feel like if I could, she wish I would have stayed there during college. Like,
yeah,
she wanted me to be there. Both my parents did, but I was the one who wanted to be independent.
To go out and be on your own. Because that was like trendy though. Yeah, like, that
but
was
also
the thing
being realistic
to do.
How independent really was I then? Because I wasn't really that. I still relied on them for a lot of shit. Wasn't like,
yeah,
I was just
like, when you were in college, you relied on them like financially.
Yeah, especially freshman, sophomore year. I feel like until I started signing that Devils contract and start getting student loans. But yeah,
right.
Yeah, before then, they were pretty much definitely freshman year. Paid.
You were one of the lucky ones. You were in the minority.
Was it?
especially of black people. Hell yeah.
Okay.
My black friends were like, wow, your parents pay your rent and they pay for this and they pay for that. And I'm like, yours don't.
Yeah, mine's
I learned very quickly that was not the consensus, especially not amongst, young,
it was weird.
Like, not black millennials, like, not the people that we were in school with. They were heavily relying on, like, student aid and stuff like that.
Well, see, I feel like I was a little jaded because my friends, my friend group, everybody was living that same life. All of our parents was paying for our stuff. For one, we're all middle class, so we didn't really know struggle. Like,
so you had like uppity black friends. I got you.
Not uppity. It was just the people I went to high school with.
That was just normal, but for y'all, amongst y'all, but that was not the norm.
Oh, I mean,
trust me.
I know that wasn't the norm. I mean, I've had friends who was paying for stuff on their own, like, hence why they owe so much now in student loans. They started early. I started late. And
me too.
Part of that was I started just doing it because I didn't want them to keep paying for stuff, which I guess in hindsight I should just let them. But I wanted to,
right?
I wanted to, I feel like I was just holding my own weight, even though student loans is not the way. I will tell you now, if anybody, if you're watching this and you are attempting to get student loans, never get them. I feel, well, shit, I guess.
Especially not now. It's probably worse now. I can imagine.
Shit, there's so many colleges now that let you go to school for free. Like, shit, Eastern like that now. They match. They match tuition. So if you pay for 2 years tuition, they pay for 2 years tuition. And then,
I didn't know that.
If you went to Ipsy Public Schools, I believe you pretty much can go there for free. So
that's how it should be.
Yeah, I'm salty though because I owe so much in student loans that I wouldn't have to.
Man, I'm not salty for them at all because I'm like, if y'all can get it for free. Get it for free, and let's all keep fighting that they forgive our shit.
They're not.
I think they will. I think at the end of Biden's first term, because he ain't did shit in the first year, we just gonna put that out there. But I think at the end of his first term, so in the next 3 years, I think once he's up for re-election again, that's when they start doing shit, when they up for re-election. So he's going to try to win his vote back because black voters in our age group, like us, we not fucking with him right now.
Because the one thing you based your whole campaigns
around...
You didn't do. You just kept saying
you should have got.
You could pay it back a little bit later.
And he talked about it.
That's it.
Yeah, and he talked about it so much. I'm like, oh, this is definitely going to be like a first year thing that he does, right? Yeah, Fuck no.
I thought it was going to be like how Obama did Obamacare. I mean, Obamacare was not great. I will put that out there, but he did do the shit.
It had its flaws, but it helped people like myself, so I was appreciative of it.
See, it helped, but it hurt. I couldn't go to my doctor I normally went to, so it was either A, I don't have insurance, and then they charged you if you didn't have insurance, which I thought was crazy.
Yeah, on your taxes.
Yeah, like how you gonna
that was like
how you gonna charge nigga? Because
they got rid of that though.
Oh.
But that shit was terrible. But Trump did get rid of that penalty.
Yeah, I could see Trump doing it.
Trump got rid of that penalty.
Then my mom,
I was thankful for that too.
My mom started paying for it, but I felt bad because they was paying $400 a month for insurance for me. I'm like $400 a month for something that I'm probably not going to use. Like, that shit was crazy. So
I think Biden is gonna. I think he's going to, when he's up for re-election, he's going to try to win our votes back. I didn't vote for him, so I don't even know why I'm saying "our," but, young black people, we did vote for him, the majority of us.
I wanted Bernie to get in there. The only reason I voted for Biden was because I didn't want Trump to win.
Yeah. Well, kind of wish I would have had Trump now, honestly. That's just where I'm at with it.
I don't know.
I know that Trump. I know Trump was probably doing a lot of shit to, you know, like he was just giving away money because he wanted to get reelected. But I think that I'm just so turned off that I feel like Biden. Like, I feel like we always knew who Trump was, right? Like, Trump has been a piece of shit.
He's the devil,
Biden,
you know.
Biden, yeah, that's more comfortable for me.
I mean,
like, Biden came in and was like, hey, Negroes, I got your back. And then it was just like, psych, y'all gotta pay. And then it was like, well, psych, y'all don't gotta pay yet. And it's like, bitch, you piece of shit. You keep delaying it. You delayed it. It was delayed for years. So if it can keep being delayed,
that's my argument. That's my argument.
Like, if you can keep delaying it, you can forgive it. Like, nobody's really gonna be hurt off of this shit. Like, nobody's gonna be hurt off of it. Yeah. And then because what would happen is that it would disproportionately, like, hike niggas' credit scores up. Like, niggas will be eligible for stuff that they was never eligible for before. You take $60, $70, $80, $100,000 off of somebody's credit report. Like, what do you think that's gonna do?
It would.
They don't want to do that shit.
It would change shit, but also I know many niggas that would just squander that shit. So, like, them having the ability to get shit that they couldn't because their credit was fucked up, they're going to fuck it up again. I
mean, but just imagine if you could,
but for the responsible
buy a house,
ones,
like like that would help a lot of people though. Like, most people don't have a 790 credit score like you, especially not people in our.
Just threw it out there. Huh?
Yeah, because I'm low key jealous. Like, I'm just like right at 700, so I'm kind of hate it. But yeah, so like, if my credit score was 790, I probably would be more inclined to buy a house because it would make more sense. Like,
I mean, it would definitely make it easier because of your debt to income ratio. That student loans.
Exactly.
I mean,
like, we don't even think about people in our age group. We don't even really think about that shit like that because we're just like, nobody is going to give us a loan. Like, nobody is going to give us a loan for a house, especially now with COVID. Like, it's different and it's more difficult. So, but yeah, I just think that I don't know. I really. And it could have just been because it's election year, but Trump was just very generous with the stimmies in all different sorts. So he was just, here's a stimmy here, businesses, small businesses.
They were generous with that PPP. That's what they were generous about. But
they were generous with the business shit too.
I feel like we still know the ramifications of what that be. I'm hoping that the PPP. But I feel like we don't know the ramifications. And if there are no ramifications, this is going to look really suspect because this is going to seem like y'all just printed money. Y'all just said, hey, fuck it, we got it, just take it. Because
yeah.
And then y'all going to have some more questions to answer.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. But getting back on topic.
I was about to say, back to struggle love. I don't even know how we got there.
I mean, have to. It was a struggle. But yeah, I just don't. I don't understand why. Well, I mean, I understand, I guess, but I just feel like you shouldn't feel that you have to go through X, Y, and Z to get to where I don't want to rhyme. But X, Y, and Z to get to where you want. Like, what's that person?
I think I have an idea. I think I have an idea of why people are that way, though. Like, I get it, and I think it's kind of the same idea. Like, you know, if you work really hard, or say you work really hard on a project, and the final outcome is like, oh my god, like it was worth the blood, sweat, and tears because. You finally got to the final project or, just something like that. It's like you put in all this work and oh, I finally got a proposal. You know, maybe marriage was the end goal. And so, oh, yeah, you know, he cheated on me 15 times and, you know.
But why isn't that why don't other races have that? Like, they don't celebrate those types of things, those types of relationships.
I think they do, though. I think it do be like that with other races. It might not be like in movies, and I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't really, you know, I like watching black shit, but I don't know. I think that black people in general are hard on themselves as far as, you know, black people. We always think that we're the only ones with like a certain problem, when other races be having the same issues.
Yeah,
we just,
but I feel like we illuminate our problems more than other races will illuminate theirs. I would argue that, like, just like how people are getting mad at Tyler Perry, saying that he put out black people's business to the world. Like, yeah, most black people knew, you know, the type of movies he was doing. Black people did have aspects of that struggle, but I guess they feel that they didn't think that other races knew about it, which, I mean, some of them said they didn't. But they got mad at Tyler Perry saying they were airing out black people's business and benefiting off of that, like monetarily. And I don't know if there are other, at least like, even if we just talk about movies, like, are there other directors of other nationalities that you would say air out their racist dirty laundry type shit?
Maybe not that specifically, but I know like Indian people, for example, like they definitely struggle with like colorism, like how black people struggle with colorism. Like a lot of Indian actors and actresses, the ones that you see are light skinned, like they're white complected.
Yeah, I've
like,
heard
you don't
Mindy
really see a lot of
that a little bit.
Yeah, like you don't see, and the only reason why I know probably more than the average person on this is because when I used to like train at I used to be a personal trainer at different gyms, and so I trained in an area where there were a lot of Indian women and men. Just it was a high Indian population, and so I would just be listening to their struggles, and I'm like, damn, I'm like, y'all got nigga struggles. Like that was the first thing I thought, and I'm like, black people always think that they're the only ones with like specific struggles, but like they have in India like a caste system. And so they know by certain last names or like how you look, like they know what caste system you're a part of. So like one of my clients, she was from like a higher caste system. Like she's very light, and I was trying to like hook her up with this dark skinned Indian girl because she was just saying how she didn't really have a lot of friends and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I have another client. You guys are, you know, you have similar interests, like you're like in the same age. And she's like, what's her name? And I told her name was like, it might have been like Deepak or something like that. And she instantly was like, oh no, like I wouldn't hang out with her.
Damn.
Like she knew that she was dark skinned. She knew that her name was from like a darker, like she was from North India. This girl that I was trying to hook her up with was from South India.
So like
so
from a different
the southern
region?
Yeah, they're from different regions. So the southern regions are the darker ones. The northern regions generally have the lighter ones. So a lot of the Indians that we see on TV in America, a lot of them happen to be lighter. Like Indians be blacker than us. They for sure be blacker than you.
A lot of people look blacker than me. I might see some white people that's been tanned to look darker than me.
Dark.
And then look, and first, hold on.
Right.
It's also the winter time. I look extra light because the lack of sun. I was hella bronzed in the summer.
In the summer.
Yep.
All right.
I was
bad. Sorry,
like Pillsbury crescent rolls that been in the oven too long. Bronzed. I was bronzed.
All right. Okay. Calm down. We'll give that to you. but yeah, I mean, so we don't see. Yeah, we don't see a lot of them. They talk about their own. You know, even in America, like they come here and you would think that it would be some form of community amongst them, and it's not. They be like, oh, those are like, you know, you got Indians that live in like the bougie, like the Farmington Hills or like Troy areas of Atlanta. Like you have the ones who live there, then you have the ones who live in the southern parts of the city. Like those are like the northern suburbs. Those are the nice suburbs. And then you have the ones who live, you know, some of them live amongst niggas. So, but yeah, so just saying that to say like they be having similar struggles, especially when it comes to like colorism or caste system for them, or just like culture in general. Yeah, just like, so we have colorism, like, you know, we have our light skin versus dark skin, you know, shit that I know that I'm bad with perpetuating that, and I really need to stop. But, you know, I have a specific type, but, you know, I do often say things like Drake is the only light-skinned nigga that I love, but, you know, that's just, I mean, Drake is Drake.
I don't have a type. It didn't matter if she was light or brown or dark brown or yellow or, I don't care. I probably, just from being light myself, I probably stayed away from light girls just because of the stereotype and everything. And
of light-skinned girls.
Yeah, and usually, and honestly, a lot of pretty light-skinned girls I know are crazy. So I'm not gonna. But it's a stereotype.
So it's true. It's true.
A stereotype, but.
Some stereotypes, you know, stereotypes, like...
Most stereotypes are based off of some type of truth, but...
Yeah, my favorite is niggas aren't on time, and I'm like, that shit be having me in a chokehold. Like, I have to really manifest and meditate on being on time to places, because it's like it's the colored urge in me to do shit late. I don't know what it is.
It's my level of how much I actually care. Honestly, I'll be real. If I care, I'll be on time. If I don't really care, I'm not going to be on time. I'm not on time like that. Like I get there before we open, but do I get there with time I schedule myself? No. I mean, it's fine. We still rocking. We still working.
It's fine. that's my line for 2022. Sorry, that's why that was that funny to me, because going forward, it's fine. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
We're gonna make it work. As long as it work, we work. We good. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But just this struggle of like. The struggle of when we were talking about, what was his name? I don't know what the dude's name was.
Oh, Toby.
Yeah,
Toby Ingwe or... Yeah. Whatever the Nigerian from Houston, the nice young Nigerian man from Houston and his wife. Fat. Her name is Toby Calls Me Fat on Instagram, so...
Yeah, but her name is Fat. Well,
it's not though. She actually doesn't even like being called that, but that's a different story. But go ahead.
She didn't watch the whole interview.
I just want you to watch their whole YouTube. Like, it's like, dog, me and my ex sat up here and watched their whole little series, like from the beginning, the shit you sent me up until like they got married, and I was low-key disgusted the whole way there. Like, the shit that you seen, it got worse. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I thought that was crazy, and I can get a little bit of it, because I mean, at this point, because of media and stuff like that, it's become an expectation. But it just gets sad to an extent. Like, I'm thinking of shows like the Parkers, how Nikki chased Professor Ogilvy
That was pathetic as fuck.
It was, and they ended up getting married in the end. Like,
did they?
Yeah. My wife is an avid Parker's watcher. So, yeah, apparently. And I was it's not, I'm like, if I was Nikki, it wasn't even worth it. But this is neither here nor there. But, like, Urkel and Laura, how she treated him, and then how, low-key, how Urkel treated Myra, like, that shit is...
Yeah.
That shit is crazy, but I think it's become such a norm that we're just expecting, oh, this is how it's supposed to go. So listening to her talk about pretty much how he just seen her as being there and just knew he just kept her in his back pocket pretty much. That's like...
Professor Ogilvy?
No, I'm talking about Tobey. Toby.
Oh, Toby.
In fact, he pretty much just kept her in his back pocket for whenever he was ready to.
You don't even know the half because you ain't watch it all. Like, you don't even fucking know, bro. That's the crazy part. Like, the shit got the way he was talking to her and just how they was together. Man, like,
okay,
I'm gonna send you the. I'm gonna send you the. I'm gonna send you the links. I'm gonna send you the links so you can just.
Okay, but go off. I want to hear. So what?
So like, it was just the way he was talking to her. Like, he was like, well, I was God's gift to the world, and no, this is the part that really pissed me off. But he cleaned it up quickly after, so I have to note that too. But it was just it was like Audacity just, it's like BOGO season for Audacity. Like, because niggas just got so much of it. He was like, he was like, then I was looking at her like, she's sick. Like, she got sickle cell and she's sickly, and I don't want somebody like that to like bring my kids
his gene pool.
Yeah, to like
I seen that part, and niggas, some niggas was in the comments agreeing, like, yeah, you do kind of we got to think about that before having kids with them. I'm like,
I'm not saying that that's important, but it was just the way he was saying it. Like, I mean, I took a genetic test to see if I'm a carrier of anything, and I would require that of somebody I'm gonna have kids with, like, for sure. But it was just the way that he was saying that about her. Like, it was like he was saying it like he was like disgusted, and he was already like with her at this point. And so the way he was just saying it and making it seem like he was just so disgusted, like her body just wasn't worthy, that shit was making me so fucking mad. I mean, and then it was just the way that she was just taking that shit. I'm like, girl, but she just, I knew that he was my husband, and I'm like, that's great, that's beautiful, but like, you can't tell me he ain't ever beat her ass. Like, you can't tell me that. I just don't even believe it.
But
I digress. But
I feel like
it was just the way he was talking to her, and I was just like, that's fucked up, because this nigga could have squatted on the ground like a fucking dog, and she would have, I'm not gonna say that, but anyway, yeah. Like, she would do anything this nigga tell her to do. She just knew that was gonna be her man, and she was just that in love, and I guess. But you gotta watch the whole thing. Like, it was just the way she was getting talked to throughout the whole thing. Like, he was just saying stuff like, like, I didn't want you, and, they were out somewhere, and he was just saying how it was like so many other women there that looked better.
Yeah, he told her to walk behind him, not too far, but not too close, because he didn't want to fuck up the other potential bitches there. Like, he was.
And she just did it. She just did that shit, and I was just like,
but she thought this is what you had to go through to get what you want.
And then he was like dogging her job and how she dressed. Did you see that part?
What?
He was like, yeah, you know, she worked at Charlotte Russe, and all she wore was Charlotte Russe, and you know, she was the manager of Charlotte Russe, and I'm just like, dog. He was like, yeah, she didn't have no swag, she didn't have no style, like, you know, she was just dressing in like Charlotte Russe clothes, and I'm just like, nigga.
I mean, what year was
like,
it? Charlotte Russe was hot for a little minute. I remember all
yeah,
the girls
she was
Charlotte
like
Russe.
in her early 20s. Like, I mean, this was early on. Yeah, this was like in her early 20s.
Yeah, so I mean, that was
like,
if we go back and look how we was dressing in our early 20s. Yeah.
Dog, them whole like
all
that
like
whole
we were
before
headed
2000
to business casual meetings.
Yes, that meme was true. That Instagram post was true as fuck, because we was all like I remember hanging out with what was it, the PVE Angels, and we would and they would have on like, and I would like dress like them. They would have on like a collared shirt with like a sweater over it.
Everybody had on a collared shirt with a sweater over it. That was the. You know how many Sean John sweaters I had to go over my college shirts?
That's all my college boyfriend was wearing. That's all we was wearing. We was wearing vests, and I'm like, we was going to job interviews at the club. That was interesting. That was interesting as fuck. That was an interesting time.
Yeah.
Good times, but yeah, I'm like, I don't even dress nothing. No, I don't dress no type of classy like that now at this point in my life. Like, everything is comfort. Even when I go to the club.
Definitely comfort for me.
Yeah, it's always comfort.
Or sweatpants, I would probably wear them wherever I can.
You see this? This is me all day, every day. Joggers, sweatpants, sweatshirts. I don't wear anything that's not comfortable. It doesn't even matter where I'm going.
When she go out, she be out here flashy.
Man, that'd be like one time, maybe twice a month, maybe. Mm-hmm. And it'd be for a couple of hours. I come home.
Look at her Instagram. She be out here.
I come home. My Instagram is a lie. It's a facade. It is not really what my life is like. I be at home on the couch more than anything. It's a lie. Don't believe my Instagram. Don't believe it at all. It's at Miah VW, MIAH VW, by the way.
Shameless
plug. But yeah, no, shameless. But yeah, I be at the crib, so that should be the one or two times I do get out a month. But yeah.
I mean, so she was wearing what she should have been wearing at that. So he just found a reason to just talk.
He was just hoeing her, and she just sit up there just doing his hair. Mm-hmm. Just doing his hair.
Just like old girl played Double or Nothing for his love. He had to say it. He had to say Double or Nothing. She played for his love, lost. She looking all defeated and shit, and he had to say it.
Yeah.
The fact you had to play the nigga for his love.
For his love. like he played that game with you. He knew that he felt some type of way about you, but he still made you play this fucking sick ass game. He said to win it.
He said, "Prove it." That's what he done cheated on you in high school, in college. Just showed up with a whole new wife with Tyra Banks, and said, "Bitch, you prove to me you love me." That's what he said.
That shit is sick. It's sick. It's sickening.
And
we loved it. We loved it. It was our favorite movie. It was our favorite movie. And they wonder why people just out here just getting cheated on and just not going nowhere. It's because we've literally been conditioned to think that, yeah, this is how this shit is supposed to be.
Like,
this shit is sick.
Soul Food was fucked up. Niggas sleep on Soul Food.
I'm gonna be honest. I ain't watched Soul Food.
That's that.
Don't take my black card.
That's that black blasphemy right there.
Don't take my black card. I realize though, like, you're not all the way like super black either. So I feel I feel okay.
What made you think that?
Because niggas whose parents helped them out in life at a young age, like they're not. That's like it's like not black enough. Like people have made me feel.
I had to have people the struggle.
Have made. Yeah, like people have made. See, I'm brainwashed. People have made me feel like, oh, you ain't have a real black experience because your parents bought you stuff and they paid for stuff.
That's the struggle. We're just conditioned that we're just supposed to struggle, and if you don't
or
struggle,
not black
it's not
enough.
black. It's not black if you don't struggle.
I mean, I need therapy for real. So I mean, I'm not above believing that. I do have some form of like, you know.
I mean,
like I even have like the family members who like they act like they got it out the mud, and it's like, nigga, you had your whole college career paid for. What the fuck are you? Nothing is out of the mud. Like you've never even been in mud before. I'm not
gonna let anybody take away my blackness for saying because I didn't struggle. I'm still black. I just took a different road than you. I'm still there.
Yeah, you had a better black experience. Let's just be honest.
We'll say that. I had one of the better experiences, but you know, you still get echoes of that shit. It's just it is different though.
You said you're not gonna take my black away.
No, but not watching Soul Food is black blasphemy. So look, I'll just hit on a few tidbits from there. So everybody was mad at what's her name's Vanessa Williams' character, when she was the reason everything was popping. Really, when it comes down, she bought her shop. She was making sure all the bills and everything up to date with Big Mama House. And she had her own business. She was trying to just keep shit afloat. She got to deal with Vivica Fox, who stole her nigga in high school and now married the nigga. Her cousin coming to town, fuck her husband.
Who played the cousin? Who played the cousin?
I don't remember the girl's name who played the cousin. All I just know is it played that that song by Mary. That shit. I was too young to see that scene in theaters when they was up in the studio and dude put her up against the wall and just started fucking. I way too young. I was so confused and aroused in the theater. Way too young to see that shit. Way too shit. Like that shit was crazy. But
you didn't know what was going on, huh?
That shit is seared in my head. I was like, oh shit, what is going on? They fucking and then Vivica. Vanessa Williams get her and her nephew, which was Vivica Fox's son, get to the house. She's looking for her husband. Goes upstairs and kind of sees across the roof because the studio was like kind of in a little room on top across like the yard or some shit, and she seen them fucking, and the little boy about to come there. She just kind of try to divert his attention and get him to do something else, and she just got to sit with that shit for a minute, and now just dealing with this little ass kid and just thinking ahead, they fucking right now. Like that shit.
That is just terrible. Cheating is terrible anyway, but cheating within a family, like that shit is
cheating with the family that nobody really liked.
Yeah.
Or just who comes in and makes a mess. Like, and then
so what happens at the end? Like, what's the conclusion that makes this shit toxic?
People just love that movie, and there's nothing really positive in it. I mean, I guess you can say family, but family was bullshit. Like the only positive thing was, I guess, Sunday dinner, and then I guess at the end they found some money that Uncle Joe hid in a TV or some shit because he got dementia. He don't know where shit is. Big Mama died because she got the sugar. Like I mean, it probably told the story of many a black families.
God, I hope not. I hope it didn't.
The finding the $1 million hidden in the TV. I feel like they probably just threw that shit in the movie just to make it like. Look,
where does nigga get this money from anyway? Like,
I don't know, but you can't even ask him because the nigga has dementia.
He got dementia. Ooh,
like,
that shit is a lot to unpack. Like, yeah, like the whole, you got to stick with family. Don't matter how they treat you. I've always thought that was bullshit. Like, I don't fuck with nobody.
That's toxic shit. That's toxic shit.
That's definitely another part of struggle of.
It is. You got to learn how to put boundaries on your family. Not, you shouldn't have to go through the same shit with your family either. Certain niggas just get boundaries. No, I'm not doing shit. I get it. We're family, and I care to an extent, but no, I'm not doing certain shit. When you start taking advantage, no, I'm not doing shit. This is for me. I want, this is for my peace. You ain't disturbing my peace. And
I went through that with a family member. Like, so many people were telling me, like, you know what? My dad was the one person that was like, you don't gotta fuck with nobody you don't want to fuck with. Like, because so many people were telling me, like, that's your so-and-so, you only have one so-and-so, and I'm just like, and now I can have zero. Like, that nigga was emotionally abusive, he was verbally abusive, he was, like, he was just so many things that I was like, I don't have to deal with him just because we're related. Like, I don't have to, allow you to occupy my space or give you any energy. Like, if we're meant to rekindle in the future, then, that's cool. But I'm not about to just be, in a space with you because we're related. Boy, fuck you. For me, it's just the Aquarian urge to just really cut anybody off and be okay with that shit. This is why, and I know it's terrible, but this is why I ghost people, because I'm like, my energy for you has depleted. Bye. Like, that's it. Like, I don't have.
You don't even let them know. He's just like,
I'm like, you know what? We're at a zero. Like, we're on E. So I don't have anything else to give you. I don't even have a fucking explanation. Like, I try not to do that to people because I know that really hurts people in a different way. Which I was obviously trying to do, but not everybody.
Yeah,
but
ghosting is up there.
Yeah, but if you
up there for some people,
if you've like done some bullshit, or that I've ghosted people for them doing things that I didn't even let them know that I knew. Like, oh, okay, nigga, I know that you cheated, and now I'm about to just change my number, and you'll never be able to get a hold of me again. Like, I'll go off the grid just so you can feel like you're gonna kill yourself, and you don't even know why, but deep down you know why. You know the bullshit you did. So yeah, just know that I know, even though I haven't told you that I know, but you know that the bullshit that you know the type of bullshit you did. So we don't have to. I've never been I need closure. Like, I need to talk about this. I need closure. I've never been that type of person in my life. So I know a lot of people are like, I need closure, and that's why ghosting fucks them up. Like, I've been ghosted, and I was just like, I don't care. Like, next, it doesn't matter to me, but I know a lot of people need closure, but I'm not one of them. Like, I get closure on my own, so there's that. But yeah, so I just went off on a tangent. I don't even know what we were talking about before that.
we was talking about the the struggle of even that's supposed to be a family having to deal with the bullshit. But
yeah,
you know, I just wish there were more non-struggle black things. Just shit. Every black person isn't struggling. Like who? I don't remember what actress that was, but some actress said she was like, "I'm not playing in any type of negative black role," and I appreciate it. People was trying to like drag her for it too. I wish I remember.
Was it one of those young girls that look like twins, like the Bailey sisters?
Maybe it
like
was.
Is it Haley Bailey and Chloe Bailey? I think it might have been Chloe.
Maybe it was, but I feel her. Like I'm annoyed that like how black movies all be like either just drama filled struggle love black movies or it's just some racial tension black. Like why can't it just be a black movie? God.
Yeah,
why does everything have to be racial? Why do you have to remind me of some shit that was happening back in the 60s and 70s? Like,
yeah, like why do we got to keep showing how it affects our lives now?
Yeah,
like why we can't show some shit?
Like why can't we just have a regular ass black movie? That's
why I loved TV shows like
Atlanta,
like
Did you watch Atlanta?
No, Atlanta had. Oh, I loved Atlanta, but Atlanta had black struggle shit though.
I mean,
Atlanta did have, but it wasn't the basis of the show though. It was just like some regular niggas doing like nigga shit.
Yeah, but I would also put some of the struggle on the person, like
and not them being black.
Yeah, he was making not the smart decision sometimes.
Most times.
So that like
it was disappointing though because the nigga went to like Harvard or some shit, or he went to like an Ivy League school, and I'm like, why are you a bum? Like, why are you a bum? And you went to an Ivy League school. That pissed me off.
He was
but definitely shows like Insecure. Because I'm like, damn, this is like just some, you know, even though Issa had like some struggles or whatever, she was in the minority. All of her other friends was popping. And I'm like, that for me is more realistic. That for me is more realistic with my girl group of friends. Like, everybody is popping. It's maybe like one who, you know, might go through like some struggles, whatever, but it was just more relatable, and it wasn't the struggle shit, or with like girlfriends, or
I feel like the only one who didn't go through any struggle was Kelly. Everybody else had their shit.
Yeah, but it wasn't like they was like broke bums. Yeah,
she ghosted niggas. Molly, I don't know. I did not fuck with Molly last season. I was so over Molly.
Yeah, Molly season. What season was this last one?
This was
5 or 6. It was 5, I think.
Yeah, I think it
yeah, Molly season 4. I was like, she is turning into fucking Tony from Girlfriends. Like, she was just such a bad friend. She was a bad person.
Mm-hmm. And that's another.
But it wasn't because
one of those shows. Another struggle. Horrible depiction of black women friendship. Horrible depiction. And this is what you're putting at the epitome. Girlfriends. Fucking Miah was the only realist one, and she was going through struggle love herself.
And she was going through all
Lynn
the nigga
was a
shit,
fucking user. Like, she was a fucking user and opportunist.
Yeah.
Fucking Tony, I don't even know what to even label Tony as.
She was just a bad person. She was just a bad person.
And Joan was an enabler. And it's just horrible depiction. Like, we look at the things we thought was positive, and we look at them now, and it's horrible depictions of what we wanted. It's sad. That's what we were okay with, just because we had representation. but it was representation in its worst form.
Well, yeah, that's how I feel about Tyler Perry shit now too. Like I've completely stopped watching like the stuff that he do because I'm just like, he's like, I'm telling our story. So, did you ever watch Black AF on Netflix?
I did watch Black as Fuck.
And so like, did you?
It felt like Blackish, except they was cussing. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, they was a little bit more lit, but I felt like I was listening to the conversation he was having with Tyler Perry, and I'm like, listening to that shit, I'm like, Tyler Perry he really believes this, huh? Like, because he was saying, you know, I tell our stories for us, about us, and situations we go through. And I'm like, my nigga, you could tell better stories about us. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, why is it these stories that you choose to tell about us? Like, man, I was talking to my ex about that shit, I think earlier today or yesterday, because we were talking about The Family That Prays, and he was like, Tyler Perry hate black women. And I'm like, why do you say that? And he's like, just think about how the Family That Prays ended for Sanaa Lathan's character. Like, why do you even want to paint a black woman in that, you know, even, and to me that's not even like a realistic thing that would happen. And like how she was talking to her husband and how she was like, and that's not even your kid, and da-da-da-da, and then she's like asked out at the end, and I'm like, nah, like that's just not a good story to tell to me.
I feel it's
unnecessary.
Like, I mean, because it's kind of, have you seen Acrimony? It's kind of the same shit.
I didn't watch that. Is that the ashtray bitch one?
The ashtray bitch one.
Never mind. No,
what's
that's
her
not
name
it.
is in it? Well, old girl from Baby Boy. Why can't I think of her name right now? Tahiri. No, not Tahiri.
No, Taraji.
Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yvette.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was in it, and what's that my dude from what's that dude from Lovecraft? I don't know. I don't remember the dude for sure. But yeah, it was, I guess to sum it up for anybody who didn't see the movie, the dude was kind of living off of her. She had got some type of, I feel like she got some settlement or something. So she had some money, and she was just providing for him while he was working on his invention and stuff like that. And the argument is that she was hoping that his stuff was going to pay off, but didn't really believe in him. And he was kind of a fuck up, but he believed in this one invention, but he was burning through their money, everything like that. And it came to a point where she was like, I'm through with you. I'm done. Blah, you spent all this money. I'm doing all this to support you, and it's not working. Then his invention, he gets with this girl. She helps push him and become, I guess, the battery he needs. Gets this invention off, becomes dumb rich, comes back to her and was like, look, I'm sorry, I want to pay you back not more than just every dime she spent, but like tenfold. Mm-hmm. And it didn't matter to her. She was like, that new bitch has my life. That's what I was investing in. And it goes hard left. Like, she's trying to kill them because she wants that life. That was the life she was supposed to have, and she felt she invested in this other woman got it. I mean, that's what it...
Like, when did this ever happen, Tyler? Like, who you know that happened to? Like, stop fucking playing with me. This happened in the history of never. Like,
I'm sure if you've seen it, it has much more gravity watching it versus my little summary
versus
of
your
it.
synopsis, but
Yeah.
I get the gist of it.
But yeah, it's yeah. But yeah, I mean, just Tyler. I don't know. Yeah, Tyler does have something against black. I don't know against black women, but it's just weird that he always makes them the center of his stuff. Like even from Diary of a Mad Black Woman and to, I guess, shit from all of them. I think to Why Did I Get Married and all that shit.
Yeah, I don't watch his. I know he has like some shows out.
Oh, I definitely don't watch that.
Yeah,
But
I think I tried.
Has pretty much every show on BET right now. Fucking The Oval, Sisters, Brothers.
Yeah, yeah. I don't watch
Have
anything on
Nots.
BET. Yeah.
BET has become Tyler Perry TV.
Yeah. Yeah. I've even when he started doing them plays, I just never was really a fan. I was never a Medea fan. I was never.
In the beginning, it was funnier to me, but then it just got like I
got old.
I saw the first play, and then I went to one with my mom. It was okay, but I feel like I honestly after the first movie, I started talking shit to my mom. I'm like, okay, y'all just be liking Tyler Perry shit because it's Tyler Perry. I'm like, but this shit is horrible. Like this shit is starting to get really bad. Like to the fact, if you watching, my mom admitted now she was like, yeah, I'm seeing that Medea Boo Halloween. I was like, the fact that you was even watching that to that point,
like what?
You don't watch the Boo Halloween and they got fucking people from YouTube in that bitch.
Yeah, it's a no for me. Yeah, all his shit is just but yeah, that's why. Was it me and you talking about the movie Knocked Up? Was we talking about that?
No. What did you feel about Knocked Up?
Oh, it must have been. I can't remember who I was talking to about it, but they were just saying how come there's no black movies that end like Knocked Up. Like, Knocked Up was just it was a movie about, like, a one-night stand, right? But, you know, it was, like, just the way it ended and how their relationship was, like, throughout the show. It wasn't, like, no toxic, like, I hate you type of shit. Like, it was just... And he was like, how come we don't ever just see regular-ass black movies like that? And I'm like...
We don't.
Because black people don't make shit like that, really. Like... That's not where our cinematic art is. We make shit like Queen and fucking Slim. That shit was so goddamn.
I refuse to watch it. I'm sorry. I refuse. I was like, why am I about to watch a movie about people arguing for it? Like I was like, I refuse. And they was like, well, they don't argue the whole movie. I'm like, but I'm not about to watch a movie that's based around an argument. It's just a whole toxic ass situation.
The shit was so fucking retarded because these niggas, they went on a first date. First of all, they didn't know each other. They was on a first date when the bullshit happened. Like, they went on the first date. She was a bitch on the first date. And
this is the one where he shot somebody and they became Bonnie and Clyde type shit.
Yeah, they didn't know each other. This was the first time they met each other, and they were on the run together. And then they just apparently, like, supposedly in some way, shape, or form, like, fell in love, and he, like, sacrificed himself for some Listen, it was the worst movie I've ever seen. Like, outside of my grandmother making me go see Harriet, the movie, which, you know, that was a very close second, but at least that was, like, based on some truths. Like, an actual thing that happened. But Queen and Slim was the most toxic black... Like, I didn't want to watch anything from Lena Waithe from then. Like, I haven't supported anything that she's done since then. Like, I know she did The Chi and some other shows.
I heard The Chi got bad.
I
don't
was
know
like,
if it got bad because old boy got sent to jail because he was I don't know. whatever he did to his co actress or whatever.
Who are you talking about?
The main dude on The Shy.
Oh, I don't even know who it is.
I know he
know
got
that
fired because he did something to the main, his I guess girlfriend in the show.
Oh,
I don't know what the whole thing was. And that other movie I didn't watch, but I heard that shit was toxic. Was that what was the shit with Zendaya?
Oh, with Denzel Washington, son?
Yeah.
That shit, we tried to watch that shit. I think we just both fell asleep and we ain't even tried no more. Because it was just, I mean, they were in one place the whole time. I don't like movies like that. Like, y'all gotta, like, change scenes and move around and do shit for me.
I mean, you gotta have a really intriguing movie for it to work.
Well, yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. And then it was just weird because she just looks like a kid to me still. So it's like, she looked like a little girl and she looks like a little girl, and I don't want to shame her physically or anything, but when I see her in roles, like even in that HBO show, I'm like, I just feel like I'm like, you just feel like you too young for this too, even though I know she's grown, but that movie just didn't look right because dude is like in his 30s and she's like 19 or 20 or something, and I don't know. It just has some weird vibes.
She ain't that young. I think she's older than that.
Maybe, but she looked like she's 12.
How old is Zendaya?
Dad is between 30 years and 1 month and 31 years old.
Alexa's not fucking with you right now. Let me just Google it real quick.
That's why I always be talking to Google, because Google be telling you the real shit. How old is Zendaya?
She's 25
years old.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah. I don't know. She just looks like a little girl. But that movie, I can't even really tell you about it because we fell asleep on it. We didn't make it through it.
That was struggle love. Everybody hyped that shit up because it was that struggle love shit. I just think that it's a misrepresentation of what black people. Everybody don't have to go through that just because they're black. I feel there needs to be just regular as movies, regular as shit in media, TV shows. So, after a while, we won't constantly put that struggle on a pedestal the way we do, because it's not healthy. It's like not the way to go.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah, that's why I liked. That's why I liked the way Being Mary Jane. Did you ever watch that show?
No, but my cousin would love to hear you say that because he loved that shit. He's been trying to get me to watch it.
Dog, it's like in my top 5 favorite shows for sure. Like my top 5 favorite shows. I'm actually watching it right now because I can watch reruns of it all day. But I like how it ended. Like, she had a lot of struggle love shit going on in the beginning.
Oh yeah, he told me she was some bullshit. She was on some bullshit.
Yeah, she was like, well, the first dude who was played by Omari Hardwick, he came into her life. He was married, so this nigga was just cheating on his wife. But he was telling her that he loved her, and she actually tried to be with him. Same shit he was doing
in Power.
Yeah, exactly. So he was like about to like he went through like a separation to like actually separate from his wife and actually be with her, but the shit was just so stupid because like he had just put her through so much stuff and she just kept accepting it because she was just in love with him. So she was it was a scene where she was upset with him because he didn't want to go to like, she's like a popular news anchor. So she's like, imagine her being like Soledad O'Brien or whatever her name is. Like, she's famous enough. So, Mary Jane's character is famous enough. And he's like, I can't be seen out in public with you. Like, I'm not divorced yet. And she just was like real selfish about it. And, he was trying to hide her. And I'm like, this, like, y'all just, this is dumb. But she was accepting the bullshit that he was, you know, doing to her, and I'm like, I hope that she don't go through all 5-6 seasons like this. And then she did it again, like, she did it again with her ex. Like, he wanted to be with her, but he had a baby on the way, and I'm like, bitch, move on.
Yeah,
like, find a new nigga.
This sounds like struggle love.
And
this definitely sounds like struggle love.
But she was doing bullshit too with other partners. I'm just talking about the partners who were like fucking her over. Mm-hmm. So then you get to the end and you got dang, what's his name? I can't think of his name. He's a real popular actor.
But at least this seems like it's getting to the right person. It's not struggle love with the one person. You just keep dealing with the bullshit. So
she finally didn't have struggle love, and she ended up like getting married to like the good guy, and ended up getting pregnant and having a baby. So it wasn't struggle love at the end, but like, I love the show because of her character development. I'm like, dang, she finally grew up and matured and, you know, stopped being such a bitch. Because she was just such a bitch. So it was, like, easy to see her be in these struggle love positions. Because it's like, she kind of a bitch. So you deserve it. Like,
not to take this wrong, but I kind of just get that sense from Gabrielle in general.
In real life?
Yeah, that she's a bitch. But she's probably not. She's probably a nice lady.
She played the character so good, though.
I get the bitch vibe from her.
Yeah,
and sadly, I get the Deliverers from Eva bitch vibe. But,
yeah. Like, she plays that character. I just watched season 1 of Being Mary Jane. Like, it's good. It's so good. But you'll see, like, she's definitely, you know, just like, I am woman, hear me roar, and I'm gonna do what I want to do, and, you know, nobody's gonna stop me, and, you know, but she's also a very vulnerable, stupid woman as well. Especially when it comes to, like, her career life and her professional life is so perfect and on point, but her relationship life and personal life is just a shit show. Like, with her family, with her relationships, like, all of it is just a shit show. But yeah, but it ends with her not having a struggle. So it was like, oh, thank you so much, because if I had to watch another season of her ass dealing with bullshit, it was just gonna be very disappointing.
Yeah, I've been put off shows that just get struggly for too long. Like, I feel like I'd take a break from watching Shameless because it was just fucked up. It was like. It got depressing.
Everything was a struggle with that shit.
And I'm just like, duh, I can't do this. Like,
especially with Fiona.
I was getting anxiety watching that shit. I'm like, duh, I can't. I need a break.
I was like, she gotta stop being stupid at some point. And that was disappointing that she left the show like she was still stupid.
Oh, see, yeah, I think I stopped watching.
Oh, you didn't finish it?
But when that season she was leaving the show, I feel like the last thing I remember, she had the laundromat. Yeah, that was the last thing I remember.
Oh, yeah, nah, that didn't work out well for her.
And nothing ever did. When she fucked old dude's brother, I was like, dog.
Look, I took a break at that point.
I remember I was watching something. I was like, come on, dog.
Like, how did you even get here? Like, come on. Yeah, that shit was very struggly. And had that show been a black show, I would not have watched it 100%. It was interesting to see white people doing that shit, though, for sure.
I feel like I guess that would be the one white show that struggled, but that's not struggle love. That's a struggle life. Man, that shit is struggle life.
She was going through struggle love though, and fucking so was Lip. Like with the chick he ended up having a baby with. Like she was so abusive to him, and She was. Well, I guess maybe you didn't see none of that part.
No, I didn't know he had
Yeah,
a
because
baby.
Lip had a baby. Yeah, he got a whole chick. And then Carl was going through struggle love.
With his little,
This little sister, the little sister was going through struggle love with she didn't know if she wanted to be gay or straight, but she was going through all type of struggle love situations with. Like I said, if this would have been black people, I wouldn't have watched it for sure.
Actually, the girl that Carl was dating is on the show I watch now called Cobra Kai. You probably wouldn't get into it, but it's a good show on Netflix.
I seen it pop up on Netflix.
It's the spinoff of the Karate Kid movie.
Okay, yeah, I did know that.
But
Actually,
it was an argument that I used to always joke about. But I always joke that Karate Kid was the villain of the Karate Kid movie. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, if you really look at it, you could kind of see that is the truth. It's a lot of movies. If you look back, you could see that the hero was more so the villain than was supposed to be. You could almost argue that in Beauty and the Beast, Gaston was actually the hero of the movie, and the Beast was the villain. But yeah,
I will have to rewatch that one, but I believe it though.
But it is a good show though. I binged the new season just came out, and I binged it in a day by mistake. So I say it's pretty good.
That's what you do when you don't gotta go to work.
I don't know. I did that. I did this when we were closed for COVID. I enjoyed those 2 days off where we were supposed to. I couldn't get tested. My employee tested positive, but I couldn't get tested because everybody named my mom trying to get tested for COVID. So the first
I'm
time
just
I went,
if you
they
know,
were
just
like-
stay your ass at home.
yeah, I mean,
you sick.
I didn't think I had it, but they were like, well, we can't tell you to get tested, but we advise you. I was like, oh, I'm going to get tested. Say less. Especially if that means I don't have to go to work. Say less. I will definitely
I know
get
that's
tested.
right. I know that's the fuck right.
But yeah, it was not easy.
So yeah. But all right, well that's about all I have on struggle love.
I'm struggling. Yeah.
That's all I got.
I don't know if we probably ain't going to record until after you get back, right?
More than likely. We might be able to squeeze one out like Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we want to thank you guys for listening to Wish Us the Best podcast. You guys stay safe out there. It is another variant. I think it's called IHU.
Somebody called it the I Hate You variant.
Look, COVID is a K-pop boy band now. So, expect a couple more variants.
Man, just say
before
some
this year's
prayers.
over.
Say some prayers for
Yes, sir.
everyone and yourself, and
Be safe.
especially for me getting on this airplane.
Be safe, wear a mask. Hopefully you don't come back with COVID part 2.
Man.
And yeah,
All right, guys.
Wear
Well,
your masks. But
we'll
thank you for
see you.
listening.
We'll see you next for episode 6.
Yeah, we gotta think about what it's gonna be about. But
Yeah.
yeah, episode 6. So we'll
All
holler.
right.
Deuces.
See y'all later.
Keep wishing us the best. Our podcast is better than the rest. You got an issue, better say it with your chest. Until then, keep wishing us the best. Keep wishing us the best. Our podcast is better than the rest. You got a problem, better say it with your chest. Until then, keep wishing us the best. Keep wishing us the best. Our podcast is better than the rest. You got an issue, better say it with